This review is designed to help you prepare for the Stearns Chapter 7 through 10 test. As always, what you'll hear on this video is not total encompassing everything that you'll find on the test, but it will get you looking in the right direction and have some key information that you'll need to know. Question number 1 talks about giving an account of the Arabian Peninsula prior to the rise of Islam. So you want to know that most people on the Arabian Peninsula settled along the coast. Most people were dependent on trade, and the role of women prior to Islam was pretty typical of any pastoral nomadic group during the time period. Question number 2, the start and the expansion of Islam. Early on, they're very accepting of Jews and Christians. They refer to them as the Dhimmi people, the people of the book. Islam was spread by Sufi mystics. Primarily, they would spread it into Southeast Asia. Merchant would also use trade routes to spread Islam. Most of the early conversions were done peacefully. Invasion was slow, but it was very successful. Hindus and Buddhists did try to prevent the spread of Islam into Southeast Asia, but they did not have much success. Number 3 refers to the Sunni and Shia split. Be familiar with the Sunni Muslims are the ones who are going to identify with the election of the first several caliphs, where the Shia Muslims follow the line of the descendants of Ali. It is primarily a political issue, the split between the Sunnis and the Shia or Shiite Muslims. Number 4, the Umayyad Caliphs. These are the rulers of the first ever Islamic Caliphate, and these men are going to embody all of the secular and the religious power in the empire. And so you can equate them to the Byzantine emperors, who also had both secular and religious power. Number 5, the characteristics of the Abbasids. This is the caliphate that takes over after the Umayyads. The elites, they started to relax a little. There was a desire to exchange gossip. They wanted to, they adopted a lot of the Greek and Roman and Turkish styles of buildings. There was a desire to receive services. The capital of Abbasids was Baghdad. The use of slaves in the Abbasid Caliphate varied. Non-elite women had more freedoms than elite women. And this is going to be associated with economics, and so the non-elite women are going to have a little more mobility in a sense that they are going to be out in the marketplaces and things like that, not necessarily confined to the harem. And the Abbasids were deeply committed to learning. This is a time of flourishing for the Abbasid Caliphate. Number 6, who benefited the most from the Crusades? That would be the Europeans, by far benefited the most. Number 7, the importance of Ethiopia. It's a Christian empire. Be familiar with the stone churches. And the spread of Islam into Africa is going to serve to isolate Ethiopia from the rest of Africa, because they are going to hold to their Christianity. Number 8, the importance of Timbuktu. Timbuktu was established as a city based on commerce, on trade, but it became a cultural center with the spread of Islam. And so we're going to see a lot of Islamic libraries, universities, and so it's going to kind of transform into a center of learning when Islam is spread to that part of the world. Number 9 talks about the significance of the Swahili coast. This is a blend of Asian, Indian, when I say Asian, I primarily mean Chinese, Indian, and Arabian influences, and obviously they're going to be blending with African culture because that is where it is located on the east coast of Africa. The Europeans are going to play a role on the Swahili coast, but this is going to happen much later in the 15th century primarily. Number 10, the similarities and differences between the Byzantines and Western Europe. Religion is a big difference. The Great Schism happens in 1054, and that's really going to serve to solidify the split between the East and the West. The Eastern Emperor is going to hold the secular and the religious power, as I said earlier, and they do share the same past. Prior to 600, there's a lot of, they identify similarities with one another as, in a sense of them sharing the same past, but after 600 CE, the differences are going to drive West and East further and further apart. And the final question, give an account of the Byzantine Empire. Justinian reoriented Roman rule primarily because of his law code. Women could exercise some power. You want to focus on Zoe and Theodora for that question. The church has an immense amount of power in the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantines were closely tied to Kievan Rus. Hagia Sophia is built during this time period. You need to know what it started as and what it later became, and it wouldn't hurt for you to know what it is today. This is the great church in the Byzantine Empire. The primary sources that you're going to be expected to write some short answers on, it's going to be the same as it always is. There'll be 4, and you can choose 2 of the 4. And so it's going to be information that's going to focus on the Byzantines, Islam, and Mali. Good luck studying, and hope you do well on your test.